Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. For those who are in space, we are here at Government University in Nigeria, and this is the class for creativity and design for postgraduate studies. So today our topic, please, if you have a digital device like a cell phone, a smartphone, or a camera or a computer, you are free to film this class and share the class in time and space. We encourage that because knowledge is never stagnant. It's always moving, and we need to incorporate space to our creation. So please, if you have a digital device, a cell phone, a smartphone, you can film this class. And I'm sure you remember right from the beginning of this class, I always emphasize that. Yes, it's a tool you must learn to use. It's for your own good. Now, today's class, we're going to be talking about the definition of an entrepreneur. Please write it down. The definition of an entrepreneur. What is entrepreneurship spirit? The process of entrepreneurial endeavor, the process of entrepreneurial endeavor, and the goal of being an entrepreneur. Please write it down, just the way I've said it. And the goal of being an entrepreneur. Yes, use your creative skill, my brother, to arrange it very well. This, and please, you can share it to everybody in time and space, including Jupiter and Mars. Yes, that's how confident we are in this class. Yeah, you're welcome. So today, like I said, we're focusing on the entrepreneur. And as you know, okay, so as you know, when we talk about entrepreneur, we can always go to one digital space that carries intelligence to look for the meaning of entrepreneur. And what is that digital space? What is the digital space we can go to look for the meaning of entrepreneur? Google is one. Which other space? Huh? Okay. So let's say the whole of internet as a whole and everything within it, they are all in the digital space. So this is from, what did you say? Google, whatever you choose to call it. Now, you can see they say entrepreneur, the person, entrepreneurship, the process, enterprise, the outcome. Can you see that? They say entrepreneur, person, entrepreneurship, process, enterprise, outcome. This is according to the Google search. But you see, before all of this, we have to define what entrepreneur is. And please write this down. This definition is out of originality that is based on experience. From the Americas to the Africa, from the Asia to the European space and beyond. The entrepreneur is an individual that starts with creation. The entrepreneur is an individual that starts with creation. I emphasize again, creation of either a product or a services by giving birth to idea. The entrepreneur, the definition of an entrepreneur. And this definition you can input into Google, into YouTube, into any intelligence box. They will affirm the beauty, the intelligence, and the command of that definition. The entrepreneur is, first, you must create as an entrepreneur. As a person, the entrepreneur as a person, you must be the person that creates either a service or an idea, a service or a product by giving birth to idea. And that idea will still help you to achieve that outcome, to build an enterprise, to start a company or a business. If you start a company or a business out of your idea It could even be an idea to do what? It could be an idea as in service or educational service. This class is an educational service. So today, the practical we are going to do, as you can see here, I brought some envelope. We are going to create the person, entrepreneur. Each, just like you did last week, where you design your mind and you want your mind home with the beats you created. Today, you are going to create you, the entrepreneur. You are going to create, I emphasize again, you are going to create you, the entrepreneur, as a person. And I brought the envelope for you to do that. And then, in the process of creating you, the entrepreneur, you are going to learn the process of entrepreneurship spirit. Because it has a spirit. And in that process, you will now start a business, which is the enterprise. So, you've heard my own definition. Now, let's go to the definition on Google. Now, on Google, this is what they have. And listen to the definition of entrepreneur. You see, in today's world, as it relates to intelligence, language is what? I mentioned it in this class. Language is the most powerful tool of creation. You're welcome. Listen again, write this down. Language is the most powerful tool of creation. After image. After image, language is the most powerful tool of creation. And also, perseverance is the first tool of creation. And as an entrepreneur, you must understand to create original language to communicate your idea as you give birth to products and services. That is it. Nothing more. As an entrepreneur, you must have the ability to know how to speak the language or learn how to speak the language to give birth to your idea or services. The one that have been taught before is the marketing entrepreneur, not the creative entrepreneur. And today, this class, the beauty of this class is that you will be the first set of students in the entire memory lane of creation that will design yourself as entrepreneur, using entrepreneurial skills today, and take that home with you. Yes. Now, that practical will be very interesting. So now you can see what they have here. They say an entrepreneur is an individual who creates emphasis using the principle of design, emphasis. An entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business. Create is not market. You don't see somebody else's creation and go and market it and say, I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're a marketer. You're not an entrepreneur. You're welcome. When you see somebody's business, when you see somebody having a talent, when you see somebody else's product, and you go, you take it, you say, let me be marketing it. I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're not an entrepreneur. You're a marketer. And the language of a marketer is different from an entrepreneur, a creative entrepreneur, like this definition here. And once you miss language, your mind will be distorted in your outcome as an enterprise. Once you miss the language, your mind will be distorted and it will affect your enterprise, which is the company you want to start as an individual. Now, you also have to look at what they are saying here. They say an entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, bearing most of the risk, enjoying most of the rewards. Yes. But the word there says create. So before you can even talk of being an entrepreneur, you must be able to create. That is what they are saying to you. That is the interpretation. So that is why you being in the class of creativity and design, you are in the right path. Because before you can call yourself an entrepreneur, the question is, the children in primary school, I'm already teaching them how to question the mind of what they are hearing. You're welcome. The children in our primary school and secondary school, I'm already teaching them how to question what they are hearing. Our educational system before was just one directional, not omnidirectional. They did not leave room for contribution. They closed that part of it, and we have to, even the United Nations UN General Secretary General Antonio Guterres said it before during the coronavirus thing, and said we have to re-examine our educational system, because if we don't do so, it might be too late. And it's too late. We missed it. We went into marketing entrepreneur. We created marketing entrepreneurs without skills to create. That is what we did. Everybody became Yahoo Yahoo. That's the interpretation. Looking for information to make money, not creating products and services. It's a major problem in America, identity theft. See, my sister has confirmed it. Thank you. So now, let's focus on the entrepreneur. So now, we're going to look at the word create as an emphasis, using the principle of emphasis. We're going to focus on create, entrepreneur, person. So you today, just like you designed your mind last week and you want your mind home, you are going to create that entrepreneurial spirit in you today before you go. So this class, the theoretical aspect will be quick. So after doing that, you have to remember, look at the process. Learning, knowledge, experience, competence, ability, training, growth. Give you what? Skill. To do what? Now have the spirit, the knowledge, the ability of an entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur is not the man that sees that, oh, Faleye can make a bicycle. But Faleye doesn't know the bankers, the people who have money in GTB, the people who have money in Bank of America. He doesn't know them. You see, that is weakness. I'm going to use to enslave his creativity. That is what has been happening. So they will bring their money to Faleye. Faleye, you know what? Let's brand you. That language of marketing entrepreneur. They will come with sweet words. You know what? We have access to money. Let us brand you. Let us make you look good. In that process of sweet talking you, they are destroying your what? Your creativity. You are the one that has it. They just have access to money. And access to money is not access to wealth. You have wealth as a creative person. The person that has money is rich. But you that you have originality that can create, you are wealthy. So please, I want you in this class to understand this. You need skill. And that skill should be based on ability to use whatever you've learned in life, either in school or off of school, either online or offline, to create. If you see an entrepreneur, once you get out of this class, if anybody says he's a teacher of entrepreneur, if anybody says he's an entrepreneur, ask them this question: what have you created? You will see that most people that will be able to answer that question from what they are wearing, from what they have, from what you can see, will be just maybe 10% of the people you meet. In today's world, that is the truth. So now, we have to focus on create. And you have to remember, there's an expression we are already used to. Look at this expression. The secret is in our language. And that it doesn't matter if you're speaking Chinese, English, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, TV, Igede, Idoma. It doesn't matter. The secret is in our expression, in our language. That is why language is the most powerful thing after image in creativity and design. You see, there's an expression in English. And please trust in the English, even if you don't like them. Trust the English in what they have done for our creation. Most of the things we're doing in most Commonwealth countries is based on the language of what? English. But if you know the application of English as it relates to command, originality, you will be able to create from that language. You will create commands that will command the whole world. And listen to this expression from the English. The English says, experience is what? Why did you not say knowledge is the best teacher? Maybe you went to school for knowledge. Is it experience you went to look for in school? If you graduate from school now and you write a resume, or you in Nigeria you call it CV, right? In America we call resume. You write a resume and you just graduated today. After experience, are you going to write knowledge? No. So it goes to what we're saying. You came to school for knowledge, but knowledge, the Englishman did not identify as the best teacher. The Englishman did not even associate the best teacher to growth, to training, to ability, to competency. They chose experience. That means the man who has tasted it, the man who knows the order, who has perceived it, the man who has seen it, the man who has slept with it, the man who can speak the language. The experience. And this experience is what in the digital space now, and I want you to go and Google it once you get it. It's called UX. U with an X. There's a lot of people now running from entrepreneurial marketers to that UX because they know that there's mind the measure and mind the user. You see, mind the user is more powerful than mind the maker. Because when you're a user, and let's use a practical one, the man that makes the car can never be the best driver. Do you agree? Those mechanics you see in Nigeria, who did not go to an official mechanic school, they learn out of experience. That is why you see one mechanic, unlike US, one mechanic will repair Volkswagen, Toyota, Mercedes-Benz. He will repair an aeroplane if you bring it. He has what we call in America the street word knowledge. From error, trials, and victory, he's able to develop his own words, entrepreneurial being. So an entrepreneur come to you, he wears suits, looking nice, smelling nice, and he say, I'm an entrepreneur, I have access to money and I can make your business grow. The world will be at your fingertips. This talent that you have, they use that language. They know you have a talent. You say, this product of yours, we can brand it. That's the language of the marketer. They will start from branding and that you will make profit. But instead, they are killing your spirit of creation. And you must identify that. That is why I quickly made a definition to address that money shall always be the slave of creativity. We know that because in the beginning, even in creation, in any book you shall read in the entire memory lane of creation, money was not at the top of the mind of those who gave us ability to see beauty. Money was not at the top of their mind. So what we're going to do now, before we go into the practical section, is that I want to show you this. You can see here now, they say entrepreneur. You have the entrepreneur was how my sister, thank you very much. I taught the children the idea you gave birth to. That is an entrepreneur. My sister at the back. You remember we did beads when we were designing our mind, but she went a little bit further. Listen, she went a little bit further with her innovation to design the ring. And that ring, when I went to my children I'm teaching outside of here at Royal Image Foundation, when I got there, I said, one of them said, I can design ring. I can design beads. I said, can you design a bead? A ring from a bead? He said, no. She has not heard that before. I said, see, that means you cannot design everything. So knowledge is continuous, never stagnant. And we should open our minds to always learn. That is the spirit of an entrepreneur. And we should look for originality to create, and we're going to do that in class today. So you can see now we have, for you to get the business, to start going out, you must have the knowledge, which is what you came to school to have, innovation, ability to think outside of the box, which is design thinking. That is what they focus on in Harvard and other places, not design mind. You see, design mind is what we have started with here. That's why you want the big that you design out of your mind here. And remember the language you were speaking this morning, telling the person that missed the class, say, we already work our mind. That's powerful. That's how to design originality. So now you see, you must learn to use space intelligence to create a team using the principles of design, and that team will enable you, even if you don't have marketing skills, to employ the right entrepreneurial marketer to help you market your creation. Sometimes a creative person might not have ability to market. You can still employ the service of somebody else. But what you don't do is kill the spirit of what you are doing in the process of looking for money or embracing money. So now you also have to remember that once you now move into all of these, the first thing is to put on the spirit, the skill, the vision of entrepreneur. And we're going to do that today. So you can see what I did. Listen to this story very well. Okay, good. What I did was that I went to the bookshop here and I said to myself, if I want to be an entrepreneur today, I need to speak the language of the popular entrepreneur, which is turn 100 naira to 200 naira. Right? That's the language. Do you agree with me? The language everybody wants to know as an entrepreneur is how to turn 100 naira to 200 naira or greater, if you use that mathematical expression. So what I did was I took 100 naira and I just walked into space using space intelligence. And I went to the bookshop right there, and when I got there, I saw a lot of things. And I saw this envelope, blank, big. And in my house, a child is about to have a birthday event. And I've been thinking, what event, what activity can I create for these children as service? As service to keep the mind of the children busy during that birthday activity. Not just playing and dancing alone. There should be some other activity that they can create a product to take home so that they will know that they came to the house of creativity and design. So when I got to the bookshop, I saw this envelope, 100 naira. I said, I can use my entrepreneurial knowledge to turn this envelope to a value that is more than 100 naira, both in product and in services. In other words, I've created a service and a product. Here is what I did. So I took the paintbrush and some marker and I expressed myself as to what I'm thinking on my mind. This is an art that has vision. That anything you want to do in life, you must have the vision to see that thing. Vision is very important. He that has vision to see something for what it is more powerful than the person that is just imagining it. So when I finished drawing this, remember it's an envelope that already provides a service, right? I now said, listen, when the children come for the birthday party of this person in my house, all the children will gather. I will give them 100 naira envelope each and tell them, okay, spend 30 minutes. Whatever comes to your mind, just be drawing at the back of the envelope. What have I created? I've created activity that somebody can actually pay for. I can monetize that activity. And when I go to any event, there's even some event that I got to be doing, they will not say, put all the children in that hall there. But let us, please help me find somebody that will create activity for the children. This is original. Now remember, when the children are not sitting down, they will draw whatever, and children like this kind of thing. How many of you know that? You see, at that birthday party now, 30 minutes they will use to do this before they even, maybe after dancing and they're tired. They do this, you give them a prize for the best artistic expression on the envelope. After they finish that, you now tell them, this is your mind at this party. Whatever prize you have, maybe a book, an exercise book or pen, put it inside the envelope and give it to the child. Take home. When you get home, show your mother what you did in this birthday party. What do you think will happen to all the mothers in that estate? When their children are doing birthday party, they will say, who designed that activity? You indirectly, designed an educational service. You monetize an educational service into a social event. That is an entrepreneur. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to be going out to do it. Just get a group of students, employ them, like youth corpus, and say, listen, I have people calling me that they have party tomorrow and they want to the children's section to have activity. You go there, they are paying us 200,000 naira to manage the children. But because they already recognize a service that can create a product that can help the children, they will call you. Then somebody will just come there, behave like a clown, and just go. And the children will not be able to take anything home as an entrepreneur. Can you see what I'm saying now? This service is not the one that you just come and dance. So that one is good too, to entertain the children. But what will the children take out of that event, that party, that anniversary, that whatever it is, that when they get home, their father, their mother, their sister can also learn from? And do you know that when the children now get home, their mother will not look at him, you drew this, my son. Some of them might never even have the opportunity to know that their child can draw. Do you know that? Yes. So you've created a service. Now, in terms of a product, if this artistic expression is so beautiful and powerful, what do I have to do? Is just frame it and put it on the wall. It has become, I can even take it to art exhibition. And somebody, 100 naira, and somebody will pay more than 100 naira for this. Do you know that? Now, the story of this 100 naira is even more than 100 naira. If I start to tell them this thing I'm telling you, somebody will say, bros, I like you. Can I, what's your number? Please, give me the envelope. I want to, this thing you've taught me, I want to go and take 1,000. I've done 100 naira to 1,000. Entrepreneur. Creative entrepreneur. And you can apply the same process to any discipline, be it a medical doctor, be it a pastor, be it a teacher, be it an engineer. Now, apart from that, today what I'm doing is that each and every one of you will take this envelope and you will start. Remember now, under space intelligence, what did I tell you? I said you have to use a global event to create what? Value. And let me just behave like a lawyer entrepreneur. I'm going to use the skill of a lawyer entrepreneur. This is the language. Remember I said language. I'm going to speak the language of a lawyer in a creative class, and you will see why a lawyer must take this class. Now, I'm going to give you a living answer. That's the language of a lawyer. Lawyers will give you a living question to get the answer from you. But I'm going to give you a living answer to how you will start creating by giving you an event that is very close. Valentine, love. And who are the people? Who are the people who are involved in Valentine, from China to Europe to America to Africa? Is it not the youth? The millennium. The Millennium Development Goals we are going to do today. We are going to now rebrand it. We have to recreate it today. Entrepreneur. So each and every one of you, just like, see, listen, also, look at what I can do. You see, I have focused the drawing here. I've not finished those. I can now write the story of creativity around here. Listen up, I can write the story of creativity around here. Just in circles, write them. The story of creativity and design, I can write it here. And when I write it here, when I even hang it or frame it there, it will take me just no more than 1,000. Any child that comes to my house after they perform that event at that birthday, it will impact their mother, it will impact their father, it will impact their neighbor, it will impact their pastor. Even their pastor will start to say, I need to move my spirituality in what? In a better direction. That is what Papa is saying during Shiloh 2022. When he said, we need deliverers, not leaders. And we must obey that celestial command. For you to deliver, you must create products and services as the new entrepreneur that is called a creative entrepreneur, to create products and services to move our world, our existence in a better direction. So today, please, we are going to start the practical. I will be handing you the envelope, and what you have to do is, remember, Valentine is associated with love. So I want you to find, if it's your mother, if it's your father, if it's your friend, if it's your whatever, your neighbor, use the back of this envelope to draw something that we had an artistic knowledge educative, entertaining value to this envelope, see, don't think you cannot